Okay, day one. This is gonna be interesting. Let me just confirm. Today is November the 6th, a Friday. So it's a good day today. I'm excited to start this journey. And for the next 20 seconds, I'm just gonna share all the Portuguese that I know with you so you can determine on which level I am. And I can tell you, it's pretty much zero. Eu, now, português, falo, hablar. Você é muito gostosa. That's like the only phrase I know. Nossa, I sell chupe. I'm just gonna stop there. So, this is my final day. 30 days learning Portuguese. So what's today's date? Si le das clic ahí. Okay. Lunes 7 de diciembre.
Sí.
Listo. And this is my final exam. I'm gonna try to have a conversation with Franciele here from Brazil. And we're gonna try to speak in Portuguese. So, let's go. Como se tá? Hello guys, and welcome back to a new video. The purpose of this video is to prove to you that it's possible to learn a language in a very short time. I had just 30 days to do this challenge. If I'm able to do this in 30 days, you are able to do this in 3 months, in 90 days. Of course, I speak fluent Spanish. The grammar is similar, the words are similar, so it makes it a lot easier for me to learn fast. Now, actually, English is not that far away from Spanish or from Portuguese. They're actually related languages. Even though they're not part of the same Romance language family, they're still related languages. So, if I'm able to do this in 1 month, you're able to do the same in 3 months. 100% certain. The second purpose is to show to you that it's possible to do this from anywhere in the world. You don't have to live in the United States to learn English. You can do this from your home. I'm in a hotel right now in Mexico and I've learned Portuguese. You are able to learn from home as well. It does not require you to move to another country. And the third purpose is to show to you that it's possible to do this with very little effort too. I spend around 30 minutes per day to reach this level, and I think you can do that too if you just are aware of what you're doing. You're not wasting any time doing irrelevant or inefficient tasks when learning a language. So, let's get started. Now I'm gonna share with you the process that I've been following to go from zero in Portuguese to the Portuguese that I right now have, that you're about to hear in a second. What I've done is I've basically followed my own English course. So I've basically taken step by step, going through my own English course, applying it to Portuguese. And there are 3 main steps that I've been focusing on, and number 1 is vocabulary. Vocabulary is insanely important because if you know a lot of words, you are able to start understanding based on context, right? When people speak, you're able to start understanding what they're talking about because you can recognize single words and you can sort of, make sense out of what they're saying, right? Figure out what they're saying. Also, if you have a good vocabulary, you can start talking, right? You, me, go, eat tacos tomorrow, 8 p.m. That's all vocabulary, that's 0 grammar, and I'm able to talk with you because I have vocabulary. So, for vocabulary, what I've done is I've used a technique called spaced repetition. This is a must for vocabulary. If you don't use spaced repetition when learning words, you're going to forget them. They're gonna go away, run away, and you'll never remember them. I'm gonna put a link here. You can click right here and you'll go to a video on YouTube that explains this in a very nice way. Spaced repetition is a must. So, step number 2, immersion. Now, if you want to be good at speaking, you have to be great at listening. If you want to be great at speaking, you have to be an expert at listening. Listening is the key to develop speech. Speaking is the result of listening, okay? It's the effect of listening. It is not the cause of speaking. If you just speak a lot, you will not improve you're speaking. Speaking is fantastic for getting rid of anxieties and fears, but for me, learning Portuguese, I don't have a lot of fear because I'm very experienced with learning languages. I feel comfortable making a fool out of myself, so I will not speak at all. During these 30 days, I did not speak basically at all with anyone. I was just listening, and listening. We are right now in the afternoon, and what are we doing? We are listening. I'll drink a beer. Now, step number 3, sentence sequencing. We all come to a situation where we feel extremely frustrated because we know vocabulary, we've studied vocabulary, we have done listening exercises, we're watching movies, we're listening to music, we can understand fairly well when we're listening, but speaking, it just doesn't come out, right? It just doesn't happen. Why? It's because we're lacking listening. Remember what I said, if you want to be able to speak well, you need to be an expert in listening. However, this takes time. It takes time to develop that ability to spontaneously talk in another language without translating in your head, without thinking in your head. It takes time. You need to listen more and more. So, something that we need to do before is we need to start doing an exercise called sentence sequencing. And this is one of my exercises that I developed when I was learning Spanish in Mexico. Because this is going to allow you that while you're studying vocabulary and while you're doing immersion exercises, while you're still developing, allow you to have conversations. Fluent conversations. How this technique works is very simple, very intuitive. Think about 5 things you typically talk about in your own life with strangers or with your friends. For me, I typically talk about food, traveling, sports. I typically talk about, partying and girls, maybe. So let's say I have these 5 topics here. Now, what I need to do is I want to be able to dominate conversations in each of these topics. I will ignore all the other topics and I will focus only on these 5. And what I'll do is I'll create a standardized sequence of sentences and questions, or sentences with questions that I can ask in a sequence, independent of what the other person response. So in a conversation, I start with a 5-sentence sequence, right? Each sentence has a statement and a question. For example, let's say we talk about food. In Sweden, we eat a lot of meatballs. What's your favorite dish? What's your favorite dish? That's a statement and a question. In Sweden, we eat a lot of meatballs. What's your favorite dish? Okay? Now, the next sentence here has a statement and a question. And I'm actually going to respond to that previous question in this statement. So I'm going to respond to what's your favorite dish. And I'm going to say, I love pizza. I love pizza. And then I go to a question. Do you have good pizza here in Mexico or in Brazil? Do you have good pizza? Right? And then I go to the next one. In Sweden, the pizza is very good. I love the pizza in Sweden. Now, what other food should I try if I go to your country? And then I answer that same question. If you go to my country, you should definitely try some of our traditional fish dishes. Okay? And bam, bam, bam. So what happens is, regardless of what the other person says or responds to you, you can just go on and go on and go on in that conversation. And you learn those phrases by heart. I did this when I went to Mexico to learn Spanish with taxi drivers, and it worked very well. And I've done it now too, learning Portuguese, and it's working like magic. While I'm studying vocabulary, while I'm doing immersion exercises for listening, I'm doing the sentence sequences for conversations. And you're going to witness the results of that right now. Let's go and have a look at my results in Portuguese after just 30 days of studying. We just relax and chill and have a good conversation. Okay. Qual é seu nome?
Meu nome é Franciele.
E de onde você é?
Eu sou do sul do Brasil. Meu estado se chama Rio Grande do Sul.
Ok.
E o nome da minha cidade se chama Porto Alegre.
Ok. Como que está a situação do Covid no
Lá,
Brasil?
No Brasil em si está bem complicado.
Na Suécia também está bem ruim. Acho que provavelmente porque não tivemos muitas restrições.
Ah, sim. No Brasil também.
Você já pegou Covid?
Já. Quando
Já?
eu tava voltando da Europa, eu peguei Covid, cheguei no Brasil e fiquei lá uns dias bem ruim, assim, por questão do Covid.
Sim. Eu não peguei ainda.
Não? Ah,
Nem um dos meus amigos mais próximos.
ah,
Ainda bem que meu trabalho é online
sim.
e pude continuar trabalhando normalmente.
Não, isso é ótimo, né? Porque muita gente ficou sem trabalho. Pelo menos
Sim.
no Brasil ficou bem
Sim.
complicado.
Eu tive alguns amigos que perderam o emprego, tiveram que procurar outras oportunidades, mas a maioria continua trabalhando
Sim.
do casa.
Sim. É.
Afetou o seu trabalho?
Não, o meu trabalho também é online, então não afetou.
O que vai fazer quando tudo isso acabar?
A primeira coisa que eu vou fazer, eu acredito que vou viajar para um país que agora eu não possa viajar, provavelmente.
Na Suécia.
Talvez. Exato, com certeza.
Qual lugar do mundo que mais gostou de conhecer?
Ai, foram tantos lugares legais.
Você surfou alguma vez?
Não,
Não?
mas eu quero.
Esquiou?
Esquiou?
Não?
Não, também não. Quero muito. Tenho.
Eu amo viajar também. Eu amo ir para lugares pequenos que são bons para surfar e esquiar.
Sim.
Mas eu também amo ir para capitais e vivenciar o clima por algumas semanas. E amo as pessoas aqui, América Latina. Elas são muito legais.
Sim.
A
São
cultura é
pessoas
fantástica.
calorosas,
Sim.
né? Carinhosas.
Fantástica a cultura, a comida deliciosa. Eu gostaria que mais amigos meus pudessem vir para cá e vivenciar tudo isso.
Que é muito legal, né?
Se tempo não fosse um problema, ou dinheiro, ou tempo não fosse um problema, aonde você gostaria de ir algum dia?
Se dinheiro e tempo não fosse um problema,
Aham.
para milhares de lugares, eu acho. Eu iria viajar para muitos lugares, porque eu tenho muita vontade de conhecer muitos lugares que eu ainda não pude por questão de tempo.
Eu gostaria de levar todos os meus amigos do casa juntos para fazer uma viagem, porque é muito difícil. Todos meus amigos trabalham
Aham.
muito.
É complicado
É
juntar
complicado,
os amigos,
sim,
né?
muito complicado. E jogaríamos golfe todos os dias e beberíamos cerveja nas clubes das praias de tarde. Isso seria incrível. Você não acha?
Eu acho que seria ótimo. Eu gosto muito também de poder juntar os amigos. Bom, é bem difícil, na verdade, fazer isso, porque eu já combinei várias viagens com as minhas amigas e sempre quando uma pode, a outra não pode, então isso acaba sendo ruim.
E que mais você gosta de fazer quando tá de boa, por exemplo?
Bom, eu gosto de ir à praia, eu gosto de ir no cinema, gosto de ir ao shopping, gosto de ir pra casa dos meus amigos, tipo, fazer alguma coisa juntos. Lá no Brasil a gente costuma juntar todo mundo, fazer uma comida, cozinhar na casa de alguém, ficar bebendo, ou pedir comida.
Esportes?
Gosto.
Sim?
Eu tinha um time de futebol com algumas amigas minhas. A gente jogava toda quarta-feira.
Eu e meus amigos começamos a ir na academia quando a gente tinha uns 15 anos e se acabou tornando hábito desde então. Mas eu também amo fazer esportes. Eu jogo de tudo.
Mas o que você mais gosta?
O golfe provavelmente é o mais difícil que esporte e provavelmente é que mais jogo.
Que é o que você mais gosta?
Sim. Você já jogou alguma vez?
Golfe? Eu já tentei, eu não consegui, assim, muito bem, eu já tentei. Acho muito legal o esporte, mas eu não me dei muito bem, assim. Claro que eu deveria, acho que, tentar mais vezes.
Sim.
Pra aprender.
Vamos jogar um dia, vai ser legal.
Sim, porque eu acho que tudo é prática, né?
Now! Woo! How was that? It was okay, right? It was not too bad. I mean, 30 days, I was able to do that. You are able to accomplish so many things with your English if you just learn the right way. Now, of course, I am not fluent like a native speaker. That takes a lot of time. I may have reached conversational fluency or conversational fluency basic. That's fine. If I am able to reach this level in such a short time, you're able to do wonders with your English. Now, the only reason I was able to do this is because I learned in an effective way. Of course, I make mistakes all the time in Portuguese and in Spanish and in English and even in Swedish I make a lot of mistakes. But I never make mistakes in my learning process. I make sure I learn in the most efficient way possible, and that is why I'm able to learn fast. And if you want to do the same, I'm here to help you. I'm here to give you a warm welcome to my English program, Rayo, to help you go from your current situation to fluency in the fastest way possible, in the most enjoyable way possible, in a very natural and intuitive and fun way, from home, at your own pace, without rules, without professors, without books. You don't need them, right? What you need to do is you need to follow a process that's proven. You need to learn from someone who's done what you want to do. If you want to learn languages fast, or if you want to learn English fast, you should take advice from someone who learns languages fast, right? Instead of going and listening to a professor who's been teaching English for 30 years but has never learned a language themselves. They don't know how the process actually works. All they're thinking about is the rules, the theoretical part of the language, right? But that is not actually how we learn languages in the most efficient way possible. We learn it a lot faster by doing immersion exercises, by maximizing our vocabulary, and by creating different exercises that allows us to have fluent conversations in different topics in the fastest way possible. That is how we gain confidence, improve, and acquire grammar subconsciously without rules. So, if you've tried to learn English before and you haven't had a lot of success with it, you need help. You need to stop what you're currently doing and learn from someone who's done what you want to do, right? If you're trying to learn English right now and you're not making a lot of progress, you're doing something wrong. I'm here to help you to stop making mistakes so that you can learn English faster. So click on the link here below to find out more. Click on the link here below to find out more information about my English course. We have a 14-day guarantee. So, if you don't like it, that's fine. It's very different. It's nothing like the traditional courses out there. So I know it's going to be different. If you don't like it, that's okay. You'll get the money back. You have a 14-day guarantee. But I'm sure you're going to love it. So have a click down here. Check out the details of my English course so that you can reach that level of fluency in English faster. In the United States only, a Latin American person who speaks English and Spanish, or English and Portuguese, earns about $7,000 more per year than someone who just speaks Spanish. There's a massive difference. Companies are screaming for people who are bilingual right now. And the only way you're gonna get bilingual fast is if you actually take action and learn in the most efficient way possible. Thank you for watching this video. Please give me a thumbs up. Please share this video if you found it valuable. And let's see you in the next one.